Hey everyone, welcome back guys, Excalibur here. So in this video series we will talk about artifacts, how to use them and what are they useful for. So we will begin this series with the Golden Crown. So if you go to the artifact gallery, so the Golden Crown is a orange exclusive artifact. That means it's really rare to get, and like any other orange exclusive artifact, the top ones like, okay, let me just remove this. Yeah, like any of these guys, you know, antler skin, demon bell, melodic strings, any of these artifacts are really hard to get. You can get them only through events or the glorious relics shop, so this over here, or you can get it from a chest, so artifact chest, which is also really hard to get even through events. So what's so special about the crown? So the crown is a defensive offensive artifact. It's like really balanced artifact. It gives you attack and at the same time it gives you HP and all damage reduction. So it's really awesome, especially in early game. So but the base version of the crown is not that useful, but it's really useful, but not that useful compared to the splendid one. So if you don't know, artifacts have multiple upgrade levels. So if you go to the Ormus workshop, which is the place where you can upgrade your artifacts, so let's say that you have obtained 2 crowns, then you can make it a glittery, which will give you this bonus stat over here, and this stat will be increased after you create a radiant artifact, and the max one is the splendid artifact. So a splendid artifact requires four of the same artifact, so you can create a splendid one. Alright, so when you get the splendid golden crown, it will give you 18% attack, 25% HP, and 25% all damage reduction, and these stats will be viable through the whole fight. Okay, so you will get these stats through the whole fight for the hero that you are using this crown on. Then you will get the splendid bonus, which is the Deterrence of Majesty. So this name differs for each artifact. So what is the Golden Crown's splendid bonus? So when the battle starts, it will increase the hero, which is the hero that's wearing the Golden Crown, 50% of all damage reduction. Okay, and when decreased, which will decrease by 10% each round. So this hero will receive extra 50% when the battle starts of damage reduction, besides that 25% all damage reduction. So he will get 75% all damage reduction in the first round, which is awesome. But he will lose this all damage reduction, this 50%, he will lose them in like 5 rounds. But this one he will not lose. This one is a stable one. It will stay to the end of the fight. So 50%, this will last for 5 rounds, which is really great. Okay, so who do we use this artifact on? If we go to our hero gallery, so the first hero that comes to my mind is Eloise. So Eloise is one of the top first E5 heroes for beginners. She is really great. She is an awesome hero. She can give herself healing. She can reduce the damage that she received. She can block. She can really use this crown to stay alive and keep fighting. Also, you can use it on Azrael. You can test Azrael with it, I don't know, and Annabelle as well. So these two are new heroes you can use it on. I don't really know if Onkirumaru can use it, but the only reason you can use these guys are if they are used as tenants. Okay, if you use them as tenants for someone else, especially Annabelle, she's really useful for as a tenant. So the only use for these guys are tenants, and this Azrael can be used as a Transcendence hero. So you won't really use them as a base version. So the only one here viable is Eloise. And back in the day, I would say Horus, but Eloise is the best hero that you can use crown on in Shadow. So in Fortress, I would say Fiona. Okay, so Fiona is the only useful one to use the crown, and maybe you can use it on Holmes Young and Sherlock. But yeah, I would say that the best for Holmes Young and Sherlock is a Ruby Scepter, and yeah, so Fiona is the best hero to use crown on. In the Abyss faction, there is tons of heroes here that can be using the crown. Ignis. So Ignis is still viable in the game. She's one of the best support heroes in the game currently. So a crown, a splendid crown on her will give her a lot of sustainability and keep her alive, buffing your team and healing them. So Ignis, yeah, she is awesome. And also Waldeck. So Waldeck also can keep using his blood frenzy. He can you know, keep destroying the enemy team. He can bleed them. So yeah, this guy also can use a splendid crown. And yeah, if you have like begin the game and you have like a Thug, use him in Sealand so he can clear it for you. Oh, so in the Forest faction, we can use it on a lot of heroes like Siaho. So Siaho is a really great hero to use a crown on. So he is a hero that will give your team a lot of buff when he blocks. So he needs the golden crown to stay alive. You can also use it on the normal Freya and the Mystic Freya, which is a Transcendence version of Freya. You can use it on Flora, and you can also use it on Rogan in PvE modes, as well as Olivia. She can use the golden crown in the PvE modes as well. You can also use it on Heart Watcher. You can use it on, I don't know, Valkyrie if you're still living like in 2018. So yeah, she can be useful on everybody. And in the Dark faction, she can be used on Drake because he will stay alive and keep buffing his buddies, and he can keep, you know, putting black hole marks on the enemy team. You can use it also on Amon-Ra. You can use it on, I don't know, maybe Mothman. I don't really use dark heroes that much, but yeah, you can use it on Drake and Amon-Ra. And this is going to be the dark faction. So in the light faction, you can use it on Andrea. So Andrea is a healing hero in the light faction. Light faction is really dead these days. I don't know who's gonna build anybody in the light faction, but yeah, the only use for him, I don't know who still uses Andrea, but yeah, you can use him as a support hero. So golden crown on him will keep him alive. And if you're still living in 2018 as well, you can use him on Ada or oh my god, even Belrain, I forgot her name. You can use it on Belrain as well, or on Eos. Yeah, why not? So Golden Crown can be used on a lot of normal heroes. He can really give them a lot of damage reduction. He will keep these heroes from dying. He will keep these heroes to keep buffing your team. So the only use for Golden Crown is for heroes that can really use that all damage reduction, heroes who are supporting heroes, or heroes that needs to be alive. So this is the only use for Golden Crown. It's a defensive offensive artifact, but more on the defensive side. So you want to use it on Transcendence Heroes for the maximum usage, but on normal heroes you can use it for any hero that can be useful when he's more alive, and the heroes that can use a sustain, like support heroes like Ignis. Okay, so for the Transcendence Heroes, who can use it? Well, everyone can use it basically, but the only use for it as well is the support heroes. Okay, the only ones that can be really benefit from it are the support heroes. Like who? Like Vesa, like Freya, I mean like Scarlet Queen Halora, Lofa, Lord of Death Azrael, I mean Mothman, everyone, Eos, you know, Holmes Young, everyone really can use it, but there are other artifacts that are more viable for these heroes, like 4 sword flash, like melodic strings, and 4 halora. I mean melodic strings, or I don't know, demon bell, you know, and 4 jara. I mean you can use crown on her, but the more useful for her is the ruby scepter. So I mean that's it, guys. There's nothing else to talk about. So golden crown is a defensive artifact, so the only use for golden crown is on heroes that needs to have tons of damage reduction, which is useful more in PvP more than PvE, but in certain PvE modes you're going to need golden crown. It's also useful in sea land, so in late sea land like 25 or to 30 or 25, even below 25 even, is really useful. So you need multiple golden crowns on your team, so your whole team have like tons of damage reduction, so they can stay alive and keep killing the bosses. And yeah, there's nothing else for this artifact, guys. If you really enjoy this kind of videos, please like this video and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to continue the series and explain other artifacts for you and who you should, you know, use these artifacts on, and I would really appreciate it. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, have a beautiful day and peace.